Chaz Bono, how are you today? How are things going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, good. How has your year been, my friend?
Better than some, but still not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Anything, or just kind of holed up in the house, or I mean, so at least hopefully you get out for some walks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been a kind of uneventful, time period. So
I hear you. I hear you. I think we're seeing the light now, so
God, I hope so.
I hope so too. Well, look, it was a lot of fun to watch you in this movie, and I got a lot of issues with cults. Who doesn't? But
Right.
I'm always drawn to those documentaries and things that are on like HBO and etc. Are you? Is this something that interests you aside from
It
the
is.
comedy aspect of this movie?
Yeah, no, for sure. It is something that interests me a lot. I've always been kind of interested in cults, and yeah, I like to think of myself as one of those people who couldn't be suckered in, but you watch these things and you're like, huh, you don't know. I think, most recently, it's older, but the thing that I saw that really blew my mind was this thing on the I think it's called Holy Hell on Net, which was, just phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's definitely been an interest of mine for sure.
Yeah, it's really scary stuff. It's, and you look at it and you look at this film Reboot Camp, and it, it's a mockumentary and all. But when you look at the people who do join cults, whatever, like what is missing in their lives? What's your assessment of that? Like, why do you think somebody is so drawn by somebody who is a leader and can kind of con them in, but they don't see it as a con?
Right. I think you have to be in a vulnerable place to some degree, or searching for something that's missing or whatever. When I read the script and decided to do this, and then we did a table read, and I remember talking to Evo afterwards, and with kind of the trajectory of my character.
Yeah.
And I said, I really see Herbert as this guy who comes in and then just, becomes like the ultimate camper. He just gets so into it, gets sucked in so much, and is just the most enthusiastic person. And he liked my take on it, and that was kind of, where I saw it. And for that character, I think so much of how he, why he gets sucked in is because of what happens to his life before he gets there. Mm-hmm. A trauma that leaves him, vulnerable to something. When you're just, looking for answers of what, when something happens and you're like, okay, what's going on in my life? What happened?
Absolutely. And we've seen you take dramatic turns, obviously, in American Horror Story and stuff. So here you get on this set, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, And what was that like for you to kind of, try your comedic chops?
Yeah, totally. Well, I did Curb Your Enthusiasm before.
That's true.
So I'd had that experience under my belt, and it was interesting because doing American Horror Story Cult, I was also in a cult, and
that's right.
And so I had shot that over, a summer, and it as time went on, really with that TV show, it really started to feel like I was in a cult, honestly, in that as things kind of turned, and where the season started to go, and as people got killed off. And I was one of the
they do in a Ryan Murphy show. Yeah.
People got killed off, and I was kind of, and then, somehow the women kind of got separated off in that season. And so I found myself with a whole new group of young guys, in uniform, and it was like, and me, and it started to, this group of us, it just got really intense, and this testosterone filled, like, experience. And I can remember, I remember one day we were shooting a scene, a big scene at one of the scenes where Evan's character becomes like a city councilman, and so it was at a hearing there, and we had a bunch of extras, and so there's all these big guys and me, and we're all strapped with guns, and and every time Evan says some insane thing that he's going to do on city council, we are all like, yeah, and we finished a scene, and we were breaking for lunch, or for to set up the next thing or whatever. And I remember passing this woman, this extra, and she was talking to somebody, and she was like, God, those guys just scare the shit out of me. And it just struck me, because you get into that environment where you're not even aware of who you are, or the person. I'm now just this character who is obsessively, maniacally, following this guy, and will mow down anybody who gets in his way. And in a sense, Herbert was, to me, similar. The light, if that's the dark version, Herbert's the light version of that, but still somebody who gets so sucked in to that situation that he will do, anything. He's just not asked to do anything horrible,
right? And in this one, I mean, seriously, you read the script and you go, I get wrapped up in cellophane.
Cellophane, yeah.
Why not? Like, I would have taken the role for that. Yeah,
absolutely. No, I mean, it was a fun role. It was a really fun shoot.
Yeah.
It was fast, and we all got to hang out for the time that we were shooting in Frank Sinatra's old house in Woodland Hills. So
I was going to say that's insane to me that you guys got one of his properties. Wow. Yeah. What's the feel when you were there, just knowing that he lived there? That's insane to me.
It was kind of insane. And you didn't feel it in every room, but, the kitchens and stuff were normal. But his bedroom, where I shot a couple scenes, and then there was this game room that this kind of old school, game, not like a today game, but, that, to me, there was a bar in there, like a pool table or something. And it just was like that room in particular, it just reeked to me of that, late 60s or early 60s time period of, guys hanging out and drinking, I don't know, whatever they drank back then, and playing pool. And it had a strong Frank vibe coming on.
I gotta ask you, Chaz, did your mom know Frank Sinatra? Did they ever cross paths?
I actually never. I mean, I probably, because she seems to have crossed paths with everyone.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. She just, you kind of name a person and she knows them, or knows them, or has a story about, meeting them at a party at some point or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. I have to ask her about that one.
Yeah, because I just find that cool. Like, if you were shooting and then maybe she had been there, who knows, but I think that would even make it even cooler, I think,
Yeah. But
absolutely.
It was a cool place, and it was, it was really different because, we used the house not only to shoot, but it was, where we, the bed, there are a ton of different bedrooms, and those were our dressing rooms, and we were all sharing, rooms together, and, and the rooms were all across from each other. So all the actors really got to bond in a different way than you do usually on set, where you're in your trailer and then you get called to set and then you go back to your trailer, and, we were all just hanging out. So that was
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. I want to wrap up by asking you this. I've been noticing, over the last year, maybe even the last couple of years, what I'm really loving about film and TV right now is they're actually casting trans actors in these roles and trans roles, and
right.
it's really great to see it. I'm even just watching A Million Little Things last night, and there's a trans actor in that, and just, and it's just so natural. You must be really happy about where it's going, I think.
Oh, definitely. I am. As an actor, I tend not to get cast in a lot of trans parts. So, so for me, I feel like kind of my trajectory is still kind of more playing cisgender parts and being able, you know, help kind of check off the diversity box in that sense.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's now an industry standard where you're not going to, they will no longer cast a cisgender person to play a trans part. And that's amazing. And that's you know, a big change in a short period of time.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. Well, it's been a real delight talking to you today, Chaz. Honestly, you were so much fun to watch in this film, and I hope we're going to see a lot more coming from you soon.
Me too. Thank you.
Take care and stay healthy, okay?
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.